friends, we are going to be doing a Schroth workout today in standing, and I'm going to start by using these long poles. If you don't have these, you can always just bring your fingertips up to your shoulders instead. So anytime we use props in Schroth, the goal is to help you improve your body's sense of proprioception or awareness of where you are in space so that you can maximize that 3D postural correction. These long poles are great because they really help you get some increased axial elongation, and we can use them to increase muscle activation as well. So if you don't have them and you'd like to get some, you can probably go to your local hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, something like that, and they can cut dowels for you. These are 7 feet long and 1.5 inches in diameter. So again, you don't have to have dowels or any props really to do these exercises, but sometimes it helps and you can feel like you're just getting a little bit deeper correction. So I'm going to start here in standing, and I've got my elbows right at about shoulder height and shoulders maybe at around 25, 35 degrees coming forward. So the poles are almost level or even in line with my big toe. All right, so just like everything, the first thing that you want to do is get that best postural correction. Line up your nose and your belly button, get equal weight through your feet so that your pelvis is right underneath your trunk. Stand tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. And then we're gonna start with your expansion breathing. As you inhale, think about growing tall and wide. As you exhale, you can put pressure downward into the poles. You can also press elbows out to opposite sides of the room, especially if you've got fingertips on shoulders. So we're gonna do 6 to 8 more breaths here. Inhaling, expanding, and opening through the concavities of your back. As you exhale, push down through the poles, elbows wide, head and hips opposite directions. Inhale again, lengthen and expand, growing tall, growing wide, long through the back of your neck. And exhale, keep pressure, keep tension, maintain that new shape. Inhale, lengthen, expand even more. And then exhale, push, keep pressure, keep tension, maintain. Inhale, lengthen, expand again. And then exhale, elbows wide, head and hips opposite directions. Keep that pressure and tension. Continue for 2 more breaths, inhaling, lengthening, and expanding. And then exhale, keep pressure, keep tension, maintain. Inhale again, lengthen, expand, and open. And then exhale, hold it right there, keep that pressure and tension. We're gonna start adding a little bit of dynamic movement here. If you have balance challenges, you may want to be close to something that you can hold on to for support. So if you were holding poles, you might want to set them down so you can do that. Otherwise, you can try here. And what we're going to do is just try a little march in place. So your goal is minimal movement side to side, maintaining that postural correction. As you inhale, bringing one leg up and then coming back down. And you can actually just follow your natural breath cycle here. You're thinking about lifting one foot up, placing it back down, lifting up the other foot, placing it back down. Poles should stay like railroad tracks, parallel to each other, perpendicular to the floor. We're trying to minimize side-to-side movement. There is a weight shift happening here, so inevitably you're gonna get a little bit of shift side to side, but if you can make that small and keep the position in your trunk, that's better. So we'll do a few more seconds here. You can continue to push down into the poles to help you stabilize and lift up. Always thinking about lots of length through your spine. We really just don't want to see that your trunk is really going side to side as you're doing this, but you're maintaining that elongation. We'll do a couple more seconds here. All right, so now I'm gonna set these poles to the side and we're gonna do just a little bit more functional movement. So I always like to follow up a static Schroth correction with something functional in a similar position because it helps give your body more points of reference to carry that corrected posture throughout your day. And so a really useful movement for everyone is a squat. You can start again with equal weight through your feet, standing nice and tall, lining up nose and belly button, making sure you've got that nice elongated trunk, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. And I'm just gonna do a body weight squat here. I'm gonna bring my hands forward. You're gonna sit like you're sitting in a chair and then stand up. So a few key things when you're doing the squat. So you wanna keep your back really neutral. Don't feel like you're changing this angle of your spine. The movement is coming from your hips, hinging from your hips. So hips lead, knees follow. As you stand up, push the floor away, grow tall. You can use your breath here. So you can think about exhaling as you're pushing up tall. Maybe inhaling as you're lowering down, exhaling, pushing. This can be done with weight, but you really want to make sure that you've got decent postural control before you add weight. We're going to do a few more reps here. Let's do 5 more. Every time you're coming back up to the top, it's that moment to pause, reflect. Are you still in your best postural correction? You should be able to answer that question. If you don't know, that's really where you want to start, is understanding your curve pattern, learning how to perform your 3D postural correction. It really is so critical to being successful with scoliosis management, and it's so individualized too. So let's do one last one. Come up tall, thinking about pressing your head to the ceiling, long through the back of your neck here. And then we're gonna come and just do some more elongated squats. So if you, again, are kind of struggling with balance or you were challenged in the previous version, you can just leave it there, do that version. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can try this. So this time, we're gonna be coming up on your toes and then stay up on your toes as you're squatting down. So this here is more of an elongated squat. It's an added balance challenge. Again, you can think about inhaling as you're squatting down, exhaling as you're coming up tall, pressing your head to the ceiling, thinking about maintaining that best alignment and postural control. You can probably feel the muscles in your feet working here. Always trying to maintain that 3D postural correction. If you don't know what I mean, you can check out some other videos that I've done on explaining that. If you need help, you can let me know. We can always set up a private session and I can look at your exact curve and give you some pointers there too. But you really do want to figure that piece out so you can get the most out of what you're doing. And come on back down, take a little break. And we're gonna do one more move. So we're gonna do a straddle hinge. Again, this is all gonna be about the hip hinge motion. We're gonna get a little hamstring stretch here, keeping spine neutral, finding that best standing position before you do anything else, and then send your hips back, keep spine neutral. You can bend knees a little bit if you need. You should feel like you're just getting a bit of a hamstring stretch. You can move your feet a little further apart to where they feel comfortable for you. If you want to turn your feet slightly outward, that's fine too. And really just hinge from your hips. Stay looking straight ahead. Working on some hamstring mobility. Working on that hip hinge motion. Keeping spine neutral. Those are all your goals. And then we'll come back up into standing. Find that best standing position one last time. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit longer, you're feeling a little bit more balanced, and you're ready for the rest of your day.